Bolaño Barbershop. We created a big community right here.
DJ? You guys caught me with the fucking throat today. That's right. I don't drink. Well, I've been sober for 4 years. I do
It's South Central, bro. So from the 20s to the 100s is going to be active no matter what.
So yeah, dude. So then the acting, that's pretty dope. Do you have any dope music projects coming?
Yes, man. I got some really cool projects. I'm working on a video. Well, I have a song called El Corrido de Richie Valens.
Oh, what?
So I wrote a corrido for Richie Valens. I was inspired by his movie, and I'm like,
That's
damn, like we
gangster.
gotta tell his story, you know?
Yeah.
So I wrote a song. It has Your Minds and We Belong Together at the end, singing wise. The way it was composed, it was really good. So that project is coming out soon.
That's gangster. I love Richie Valens.
Yeah, man. I think the corrido is dope. And music is spiritual, you know. So sometimes it's like I don't even write the music. I write it, but I'm just an instrument. And then I have a music video where my son, he's going to play a 8-year-old me. So I got a custom-made snakeskin suit that we tailored for him, and it's a replica of one that I had when I was 8. I'm gonna bring El Cholo Narco to life. I'm gonna bring El Gallo Jugado to life, and I'm gonna bring little 8-year-old me to life. So it's gonna be on the video, bro.
On the Richie Valens one?
On another one that I have for it's called Los Niños. It's a corrido that kind of basically says Los Niños quitan la vida. And it's the life of, like, you know, young gang members in Los Angeles or in other places, but in LA, you know? Yeah.
And some of you guys that are watching, they're probably like, how does he got time about gangsters? He went to school for acting. Hell no, dude. You get this fool is like as original as it gets. You know what I mean?
Bro.
If you guys don't really know much of his life and stuff, and you know, but if you want, so you can talk a little bit about it for the youth, you know.
Yeah.
So they don't.
Nah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah, well, like when I was 17, prior to that, you know, I grew up around gangs, drugs, violence, everything that the corridos talk about, especially in the 90s, was really happening here in Los Angeles. I lived it firsthand. There's a corrido by Chalino Sanchez called Jorge Cázares. Jorge Cázares was a very close friend of my family. Okay. And so I grew up in that environment, the narcos, the gang members and all of that stuff. All the way up to when I became a teenager, it was inevitable for me to not become that. So then I started stepping out. My big brother was in prison. My big brother's part of a big gang here in Los Angeles. And I was kind of inspired by my environment. And sooner or later, I started getting involved in gangs, started getting involved with, you know, trying to drink and using weed and stuff like that. All the way to I had to start carrying a weapon with me on a daily because that's what the lifestyle demanded. But I learned 2 things: the power of manifestation and the power of energy. Manifestation, because my goal was to become a well-established gangster. I wanted to be somebody recognized with money and power, and that's what my world taught me to be. But I also learned the power of energy, because when I started carrying a weapon, that's when negative things would start coming to me. You know, you're like, oh, I got a weapon on me, it's all good, it's for my safety. Nah, bro, because when you do that, you're also bringing energy towards you. And so sooner or later, you're gonna have to pull out and do something with it. But doing something with it everything has a consequence, right? And so for me, it was police started chasing me more. People who were considered my enemies would look for me more, all the way up to the point where we got to use it. And I left to Mexico. I left here, and that was the power of energy. When I left to Mexico, this is where the power of manifestation started to develop. Because I left here fleeing the violence, everything that I was living. I go to Culiacan, Sinaloa. I'm in cartel capital. And so now my life there is something that I really don't talk too much in none of my interviews that I've done. But it was something that I lived there that was pretty much like shit that you only see in movies. And it's deeper than what I have kind of talked about. And I guess at some point maybe I would. And I think this is where writing a book is kind of coming into play, to be able to express how a lot of things happen, right? But my involvement there pushed me back to Los Angeles. And when I got here at 17, real quick, the power of manifestation. I wanted to become this well-known gangster, this or not well-known gangster, but somebody who was big in that world.
Yeah.
What happens? Life sends me out there with all the men that this is what they
in
do.
The trenches.
This is what they do. You know,
Yeah.
this is their lifestyle. They're making money off of that stuff. You know. And so it's like, boom, here you go. This is what you want. This is what you get. That's why when they say, watch what you wish for, it's very powerful, bro. You got to watch what you speak upon yourself. I used to say, I want to be this, be that. Hey, man, look, I got sent to the Mecca of organized crime.
Yeah.
And now when I'm there, God knows my life turned in a different way. But the way things ended over there, that's why I'm grateful every single day. Every single day of my life, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
It pushed me to come back here. I committed the crime in the neighborhood where you guys were at earlier. Yeah. And I got sentenced to 8 years, which I had mentioned. That was juvenile life.
Yeah.
And I did my time. And it gave me a moment to really get away from everything that could have happened to me. So,
and that is dope that you're saying that too, because there's a lot of aspiring, artists, a lot of kids who look up to you. You know what I mean? And they're like, and some are troubled, and they don't know where, like you say, they haven't manifested what they really want.
Yeah.
And some of them they don't really know what they're gonna do rest in their life.
Yeah.
So like when you talk about this stuff, it's dope because they get to like relate and be like, you know what? Shit, he went through so much stuff, and I'm going through this. I can make it out. Yeah, I can make it out. You know, so you give them, you inspire them to be able to like
bring hope to the hopeless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. I became addicted to cocaine and alcohol. At a young age. There, my godfather was murdered while I was there. There was an 18-year-old who took the place of mine, who was also, murdered while I was incarcerated. And I feel like a lot of those things played a big role in my addiction. And but when I was incarcerated, it gave me a moment to sit down and really reflect and see how my life could have played out, but from a cell, And I think that everything that I've learned from all of this is just pretty much like, you got to find your God-gifted talents and work on that and build on that. And, this might be cliche, but we always hear it's like this lifestyle only leads to incarceration, death, or being even in a wheelchair. And I know that because, a good friend of mine is in a wheelchair. Most of my friends are dead, or a lot of my friends are in prison. And I went through some of those things myself. So I think that I'm grateful for everything I went through, but I would say that if I had some form of guidance at some point, I would have liked to, fight professionally. How I had mentioned, I like boxing,
boxing.
But it wasn't, como no lo jalan a veces a uno, pues uno agarra camino, But yeah, man, you're right, bro. I feel like I went through all of that stuff so that certain youth or young adults could relate and be inspired and be like, damn, that's how you did it. Damn, I thought I was the only one dealing with addiction. I thought I was the only one going through this stuff.
And a lot of people have the balls to talk about it. Like,
most people hide it.
They're like, no, I've never done that. You know, like, fuck. Everybody's tried shit, and like, and the fact that you're able to do that and say it, like, that's just dope, because there's a lot of kids out there who are probably gonna be watching this episode and they probably don't have a dad or they probably don't have nobody to talk to and shit, but they can hear us and they're hearing you, and believe it or not, that shit helps.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I mean?
Somebody will get inspired down the line, and a lot of the times I think that I think like this because I think my manager was telling me, he's like, hey man, why you don't think you should be doing Christian music? Because you talk a lot about God and this and that. And I'm like, nah, because if I did, I'd be doing it. I think that I can still talk my shit.
Yeah.
But I live a certain way, right? Because I try my best to practice what I preach.
Yeah.
That's why every single day I work on my discipline. I try to be the person that I say I am. It's not easy. It hasn't been easy, but it's something that you practice day by day. And the reason why I do that is because people are watching me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I think that sí se puede. Sí se puede. Yeah. You know, it's just you have to put in that work. But I also think that the people that are watching, sometimes it's those people that need somebody like me, that they can be like, they don't believe shit from nobody else. Yeah. Yeah. But they might see me and be like, you know what, bro? I kind of believe shit from this fool, you know? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think I'm that little bit of hope that some have.
You're the light at the end of the tunnel.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
And like I've said this in other interviews, bro, my only job is just to continue to work on becoming better and better and better. I'm not a perfect person. I've been through a lot, but I think that's why I've been through a lot. You know, so that I can be able to talk to somebody about addiction, about this lifestyle, about that lifestyle, you know, and I could relate to them, you know?
Yeah. No, and addiction that shit ain't easy.
Nah, man.
Like, shit, I used to be addicted to drinking all the time, to tequila. I would always be drinking fucking tequila all the time. Since COVID, I got addicted. You know, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's get about tequila all the time, dude. There's a picture of me with a bunch of bottled tequilas, and I'm like, fuck. Crazy. Like those 1942s, wasting money like an idiot, just 1942s. And I was like, man, for what? You know what I mean? And I was addicted, I guess. That's later on in the future, and I realized, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, that was an addiction.
Yeah, you know and people are in denial sometimes. Yeah. And it could be addiction to anything, bro. Yeah. It could be addiction to everything. And whatever is bothering your spirit, that's how you know that's something you got to change. Yeah, exactly. And that's the hard part. Yeah. Because you get comfortable. It's like, nah, this is how I am. This is all right. But it's like, nah, bro. Deep down inside, when you're troubled, is because something in your spirit is not okay. You know? And we continue to live a certain lifestyle and we don't fix it. Yeah. So
that's facts. Man. That's dope, man. Yeah, that's, you know, I can't believe like all the words and everything you had to say for everybody, man. Like, if people don't know you, they'll probably, you know how a lot of people judge, you know, people by how they look and shit. Like, you'll see this young man with tattoos and they're like, oh, he's just another cholo or some shit. You know, but fuck no, dude. You're like your intelligence level is at a different fucking, you know, you're at a different level and shit.
Yeah, you know? Man. Like, and I always encourage this. Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off. I always encourage this. Pick up a book. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Read a fucking book, man. Like, this shit will really change the way you think.
I say that to people all the time. Yeah. Like, and then sometimes I remember my daughter will be like, "Hey, I read this book and then, but I don't remember what it said." I'm like, "Dude, trust me, your inner
it's getting it.
Your inner brain is getting it.
That's how it works, bro.
Just read it and you'll see that you'll remember that. Yes. It's like somehow your conscience is paying attention.
Yeah, I used to deal with anger back then, right? With a lot of anger. Yeah. And I used to deal with anger, and I read in a book that said, when you wake up in the morning, greet 3 people. Man, I used to wake up like, I didn't even want to talk to my bunkie, bro. Hey, buenos dias, Jimmy. I'd be like, good morning, bro. Y luego, I remember that the first person was my bunkie, right? I was like, all right, cool. Knocked that one out of my bunkie. Then somebody else, I was washing my face, brushing my teeth. What's up, bro? Good morning. Buenos dias. And then the third one was the correctional officer. And I'm getting in line, and he looks at me, and I look at him. And I'm like, good morning, Sanchez. And he was like, good morning, Valdez. Pero se me quedó viendo como que, ¿y este güey que le pegó? You know, like, anda de buenas o qué? Yeah. And slowly but surely, bro, my hard heart, my cold heart started like opening up a little bit, and it made it more easier, bro, to like talk to people, you know. And I read that in a book. You know, I read about writing down your goals. We were talking about that earlier. The power of writing down your goals is very, very, very powerful. The chances of you accomplishing your goals is higher than when it's all scattered and everything. Exactly. But it's also healing, right? I read in another book, The Artist's Way. It's somewhere right here. It's called Morning Pages. You wake up in the morning. oftentimes people wake up pacing, their mind is pacing with anxiety and just the thoughts of this, the thoughts of that, like, and the mind could be ugly too. As beautiful as it is, it could be ugly.
Oh yeah.
It could tell you that you're not good enough. It would tell me sometimes, you didn't write that song? Nah, my boy, you don't sound like that.
Yeah.
So it could get ugly. And we've seen that across the board. Unfortunately, to some people, it drives them to end themselves.
Yeah.
That's how the mind can work. But morning pages...
And it's sad, but it's not just some people. Most of the people.
A lot of people deal with this shit.
Most of the people deal with that.
Morning pages, right? Yeah. This is something that probably people can pick up from this. Morning pages, when you wake up in the morning, you grab a page, 3 pages, right? Front and back. And you start writing whatever comes to your mind, anything. I woke up right now feeling like this, I'm feeling like that, this was on my mind, I couldn't sleep because of this, or today. Just go.
Yeah.
3 pages front and back. And then you do it again. And then you do it again and again and again until you feel better, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The practice of this is this. That we think so much.
Yeah.
And it's like your phone. When your phone, if you don't buy space or don't have space, when you have too many pictures, it's not going to operate good. It's going to move slow.
Yeah.
So what happens when you're writing these morning pages, you're throwing all this information that you don't really need. And it's helping you clear for good space, healthier space, you know? I've been feeling like, oh, my mind was telling me that you get all of that out. And it's very powerful. It's called The Artist Way. I read it in that book.
I do that so in my notes, dude, on my phone. It's crazy. I write so much shit.
Powerful.
Like whenever I have like a script or some shit that I want to write, I boom right away.
ASAP. And I think that people don't at least from how I grew up, right? And many of us, we don't realize that a lot of successful people, this is how they think, this is how they work, this is how they build their success, which a lot of people will work out. Many of them don't have any alcohol or drug habits. A lot of them write. A lot of them meditate. A lot of them have a spiritual lifestyle, meaning they might go to church, they might go to a temple. All of these things are things that a lot of successful people actually practice. You know, and then you realize like, damn, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's not sometimes. It's a lifestyle you have to create for yourself in order to achieve.
Yeah, and that's also, if you want it, you can't just be like, like whatever. You actually have to fucking, like you said, discipline. You have to have discipline on yourself.
Y como dices tú, güey, I came from that lifestyle. I used to live in a trailer truck, fool. At some point in my life, I lived in a trailer truck. Syringes and Black Widows under my fucking bed. Before I got into that place, I had to clean it up. It smelled like piss, bro. I lived in a place like that. I was incarcerated. I was addicted. You know what I'm saying? All this shit didn't just like, but like I said, the power of reading, the power of God, the power of putting in work to accomplish your goals. I seen it from all the way down there or all the way back there. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not like I'm just making this shit up. It's like, nah, bro, like I seen this shit.
And I tell everybody that. I tell the youth, I tell everybody, like if you want to achieve your goals first, you have to start with yourself and shit.
And I would say, and I would say, and I would say this, look, and I would say this: you don't have to go to jail. You don't have to be addicted to drugs. You don't have to had carried a gun. You don't have to have none of that in the past. Yeah. In fact, it's better if you don't have that. It's better if you start from here. You just got to put in the work. You want to be a professional fighter, an actor, a model, a singer, whatever you want to do, you just got to put in your best foot forward from here to there. You still have to educate yourself. You want to know about music, you got to read about what music is about. How do you make money off of music? If you want to be an actor, where do you start? We need mentors too. And if you don't have a mentor, you pick up a book and you learn. So you don't have to be a gangster. You don't have to have done time. You don't need to do none of that shit. You just need to start from here on that way. But you still got to put in the work. It's like I always tell people, it's like, you got to do your push-ups.
Facts.
You know?
Yeah. No, hell yeah, man. Fuck, well, that's some good shit. It's been a cool journey today.
For sure, man.
But we have a little bit of time and shit, But I got some questions. Got a bunch of questions, fans and shit that people be sending. So maybe we can run through some of those questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then some little short, fun questions.
Órale.
Okay, so some of the questions is, since you like corridos and all that, but you hood, what do you prefer, Cortezes or botas exóticas?
A la verga. Damn, bro. No, pues unas pinches botas perras, la neta, güey.
¿De cuál? ¿De
Yeah.
avestruz? ¿De
No,
víbora? ¿De cuál?
una de avestruz y de cocodrilo,
Sí,
güey. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna say that cocodrilo.
Yeah, de víbora, I tengo de víbora también. Yeah, I love a good boot, man. And people don't realize the motherfuckers are expensive, bro.
Hell
You
yeah.
know? Yeah, you got a crocodile on your foot.
All right, and then I'm pretty sure you already answered this shit because this means a lot to you, you know, like. But it's just what does your barrio mean to you?
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, my hood to me, it means a lot. And what's more important, I think you told me, what do I like about my hood?
Yeah.
What I like about my hood is the love of the people. The love of the people that work at the panaderia, that work at the mariscos, that work at the barbershop, the neighbors, the love that they give me when they see me and they're proud.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
Yeah. Hey, you guys are gonna see, man. It's dope. Like, you know, hanging around with you and shit. How everybody fucking knows you.
Yeah,
Walking around your
man.
blogs. Like, hey, what's up? You know,
That's
shit.
love. Yeah.
That's his love. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, bro. So that's his dope. So okay, so besides the barrio, who do you trust more? The homies or the industry?
The homies or the industry. Damn. No, I got good homies. I got a lot of good people. I have good people.
Both.
I say, yeah, that's a great question. But you know, I feel like I got a good circle of people, man.
Yeah.
I have built that.
Yeah.
I built that.
Definitely.
You know, out of respect, love, and honesty and consistency, I can say right now, I got some solid ass people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people that sometimes people are like, they see them in the TV, they see it or they hear about them. There's people like that who I'm very close to, and I'm grateful. Yeah, I trust the people in my life. I still be watching motherfuckers, you know, but
Yeah. Well, do you prefer classic cars or a new whip?
You see it outside, my boy, the classic.
Hell yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But
I
and then
like
I think I asked you already earlier. Well, we kind of already talked about who's your favorite artist. They were asking Chalino or Valentin.
Huevo, Chalino.
Chalino.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Valentin está cabrón también. He was dope. I grew up listening to Chalino for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And that will go into the next question. What's the first corrido you ever memorized?
I think it was Pacas de Aquilo.
Pacas de Kilo.
Pacas de Aquilo o Los Tres Animales.
Sí, Los Tres Animales. That's a classic. Shout out Los Tucanes de Tijuana.
Yeah, Jorge Cázares for sure too.
Yeah.
I remember my dad used to play that shit all the time. I mean, that was his homie, you know? Yeah.
All right. And then for all the taco lovers, what's your favorite LA taco spot?
Oh, okay, on like 42nd and 41st and Avalon.
Yeah, what's it
by
called?
The tire shop. It's just you
It's
would
just
know
a
it
little
by the
taco
tire
pit?
shop. Nah, that motherfucker. Hey, that's the spot to go to. Yeah, they gentrified the shit out of it too, cause all the USC students and everybody goes there.
Oh,
But that
okay.
you know, 41st and Avalon by the tire shop and the liquor store. Simon in South Central.
Hell yeah. Hey, so we were talking about Culiacan.
Ah, huevo.
And in LA, which city shows you the most love?
Damn, fool. Both, to be honest, but I mean, LA, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people here, but when I go over there, it's the same shit. They show me love. Pero aquí.
Fuck yeah.
On.
And as an artist, what's your biggest flex?
My biggest flex as an artist?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie right now, bro. I'm grateful for this shit. My biggest flex is being sober, bro.
Hey, congrats to that.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Hell
La
yeah,
neta,
dog.
güey.
Congrats to that one, pa. Hell yeah.
Sí, I swear.
Fuck
Hey, fool.
yeah.
Hey, cause think about it. Hay muchos cabrones que tienen un chingo de talento and they're struggling, fool.
Yeah.
And I say this in the most grateful way, fool. I think that's my biggest flex to be able to get out of that. And I'm doing it day by day, bro. Cause I know there's some people struggling, and I prayed for some of them, bro. Que puedan salir adelante, güey. Porque no, it don't matter how much money you got, how much talent you got, way. If you can't shake that motherfucker off, fool, it's hard, bro. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's a good flex, you know.
All right, hell yeah. And is there anybody, a mentor, or somebody who taught you about corridos?
About corridos?
Yeah.
Well, my dad.
Your pops.
Yeah, my pops put me onto corridos. I would always listen to him through him.
Nice.
Yeah, Chalino on cassette back in the days.
Hell yeah. If there was one word to describe your music, what word would it be?
I would say impactful. I think my music is to bring impact, to make you think, make you analyze things. It's definitely a great form of storytelling.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And as far as performing, where is your favorite place to perform at here in LA?
Definitely for me, I always have a vision of, the Staples it's now the Crypto, but probably the Forum in Inglewood, the Staples, and I keep seeing myself either at the Dodger Stadium or SoFi Stadium, Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And do you prefer gold chains or silver?
Gold chains, bro. Gold.
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 I see that.
Gold.
That's whoever asked for that.
Nah,
Look, come on, man.
I love gold, man, and I work hard for this. This one, I was 6 years sober. I gave this to myself for turning 6 years sober, and I fucked up and I relapsed for like 3 months, and I was like, you know what? Nah, fuck that, bro. It's okay. I'm gonna just get on track, and I went to New York and I bought a bigger one. This was for 2 years of sobriety, but now I'm 4 years. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a bigger one to remind myself that I could come back stronger. And this one I just bought it recently too in New York. Y este reloj siempre lo quise, güey, también. And I just
That's
work
fucking
hard.
dope. Those are like the ones that all the narcos used to have back in the day. You know
well,
what
this
I mean?
is what I saw them wearing. And I just need a bracelet, that's it. But I like gold.
That's fucking sick, bro. Hell yeah. All right, let me see. And so we can finish off, un consejo, algo que tengas para los new artists que apenas están empezando?
Yes. I would say try to build relationships with your peers. Oftentimes you think you're in competition with your peers, but in reality you should be building relationships with them. Because
that's dope. Yeah.
I don't know how far you're going to get. You don't know how far I'm going to get. Yeah. But I think you want to build those good relationships. Hey, I opened the doors to my house. Hey, cuando tú llegues allá, aquí está su casa abierta también. Those kind of bonds can open doors.
Yeah, facts.
And I think that a lot of the time, so I would say build relationships with your peers. That means share their shit sometimes, like their stuff, comment on their stuff. From time to time, DM them or call them and be like, hey, fool, you killing it. Hey, you doing it, man. Hey, yo, that, show love.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? And if you can, it's because something's inside. Pero show love to your peers. I would say collab with them. Don't be lazy. Put in the work. If you want to become somebody in life in this music business, you got to put in the work. That means you got to build content. That means you got to record. That means you got to shoot, and network.
Yep.
So those are some of the things that I would say, like, be cool with your peers and put in the work. Échenle chingazos y todo se puede.
Hell yeah. Now, before we close out, you think we can get a couple lines of you singing and shit?
Yeah, huevo.
Verses?
Yeah, pues la de 18 años llevo yo aquí encerrado, cumpliendo mi condena dentro del penal. Soy sureño y soy un pandillero, en las calles del sur centro me miraron pasear. Desde morro me crié entre la violencia, armas y delincuencia y nunca me rajé. No me arrepiento de lo que está hecho, lo guardo aquí en mi pecho y solito me aguanté. Fierro play, su compañero Valdez, el artista.
LA shit, little bitch.
That's right, bro.